his commission. God gave him his commission by sending him. And then after God gave Moses his commission, then God also equipped him by providing him his anointing and the powers. If you go to chapter 4, Exodus chapter 4, and you see the Lord gave him the powers, equipping him to go and do the work that God has prepared for him. Then God sent people to him and brought people to him because of his weakness, because God knows everybody is different. He's a stammerer, cannot make a comprehensive speech. What did God do? He brought Aaron. He brought Aaron to assist Moses. He brought Aaron to assist Moses. So when we had the message of what the Lord has said, and in fact, it wasn't until after the message was delivered that I received additional message and additional insight, because I was troubled by the word that I received. So I had to seek in prayers for understanding from the Lord, and he said to go and give this message and a lot of other messages that is going to come in this series. So the focus is not about Francis right now. There will be more gaps and more false messages to come from him, as was in that message that was given. But what do you learn instead of focusing on him to focus on yourself, your church, as a general overseer? What do you learn from that message? As a priest or as a bishop or as a pastor, what did you learn from the word of the Lord? And for us in our church, that is very important to teach and explain where we stand, to make sure we prevent this situation from occurring in our church. Because people may condemn the Catholic Church, but this has been happening in a lot of churches. There is no exception. The Protestants, and in all the Protestants, or even in the Orthodox, you will always find that the devil finds a way to get into the place. And as time goes on, you also hear what the Lord has said about the demon that is sitting on Rome, the demons operating in Rome. But I knew from the first time the news broke, what the Lord told me, which is why I didn't read the actual message that was written, is that is a message that is planted by the devil, as he planted the message to Eve in the Garden of Eden, in order to bring corruption into the world. Because if you notice and go in the book of Genesis, in chapter 3, you will see that the serpent planted a word in the ears of the woman Eve, and from there his mind took on a completely disobedient decisions and thoughts and actions. So when you read a message like that, you pray that you are not led to sin, for the intention was to lead people to sin, just as Satan led Eve to sin, and from there her husband was corrupted, and from there the sin entered the world. And that is why once I had the news and know what is in the document and what the purpose, the intent the Actus Reus and Mens Rea in that document, that legal document that was meant to enslave humanity and Christians all over the world, I did not read that. I thank God, my Father, for his gift to be able to see something or hear something or perceive something and able to see the end of it, to see the beginning and the end of it, the origin and all the makings and the workings and the ability and whatever that is actually a gift to me. Even if I might look at a video or a movie or something, and people will be looking at what their physical senses perceive, but I'm able to see to the end of it, the spiritual nature and the extent of the workings and what it is. So that is the reason why I did not read it, so that I don't have to. The idea, the God of ideas. You remember the prophecy that we gave here, the Lord gave here about the God of ideas, and then you start to have ideas in your mind, and then from there you begin to have different racing thoughts, different kinds of thoughts about it, and mislead people. So for our church, we are going to stick with what we know. And for every Christians, as you can see in the calling of Moses, and then I can take you also, as we said, the vision. I was talking about the vision before I digress into the Moses, and we're going to get other examples of the way Moses was called. So when you see here that the Lord himself calls people in a particular way that is consistent throughout the Holy Bible by vision. And in the book of Isaiah chapter 6, in the book of Isaiah chapter 6, in the book of Isaiah chapter 6, from verse 1, and he says, in the year of King Uzziah's death, I saw the Lord sitting on a throne, lofty and exalted, with the train of his robe filling the temple. I saw the Lord sitting